Hello and welcome to 5 Minute Friday. If you're new to camping this year and you don't want your tent pegs pulling out at 3 AM, then this video is just for you.
Believe us, it does happen, doesn't it?
That only happened the once. Well,
Or twice.
maybe twice, I think. Right, so basically, if you don't want to get beat up on your first camping trip,
Then here's a few camping etiquette tips that we've got for you. For example, we'll tell you our first one. When we went wild camping once, we were in a lovely place on the beach and then somebody came and pitched their tent right next to us. You've come out for solidarity and peace, and then there's the whole beach and they had to pick like 2 square centimetres further away from us. It was just annoying.
I don't know what it is. People seem to congregate to other people, but if you come out for, like Zoe said, solidarity, the last thing you want is someone's bright blue tent from Argos pitched right next to you with, I don't know, Sharon and Dave shouting until 3 AM.
Yeah, just give people some space is our number one tip, I think. If you're wild camping, there's plenty of other places to go. Don't just pitch where somebody else is.
Right, so the next one is slamming car doors. I don't know why some people find it necessary, but they have to go in and out of the car 20 times every hour, slamming the car door till the early hours of the morning. It's just, if you need stuff out your car that often, leave your car door open and turn your interior lights off. It winds me up something chronic. It winds everyone up. You always see it with new campers. They come slamming doors, slamming, the boots, everything. Just don't do it.
Just get your equipment out at the beginning, set it up near your tents, and then you don't have to keep slamming your door.
Music blaring out from car stereos. No one wants to hear you Beyonce love. Just turn it off. Put some headphones on,
Yeah, the amount of times you've been on campsites and someone's got some hideous music, it's horrible. The other thing is when you're on campsites, try and remember that there's elderly people and children and dogs and anything else you don't want to run over. Some people just zoom in at sort of like 90 miles an hour into the campsite and just completely forget about safety, which is not ideal really, is it?
I tell her, someone's driving around like a dick, but yeah, just, leave your car, get what you need out of it. There's no need to go in and out. All you're doing is just peeing off your neighbours, really. Get what you need, put it in your tent, you don't have to be in and out. It's just, don't be one of those. Don't be a Dave.
Sure, there's some nice Daves out there.
Sorry, Dave, if you're watching.
So our next tip is, if you use the facilities, try and leave them the way that you would like to find them. So for example...
Yeah, no big skid marks.
Yeah, no big poos left in toilets, and don't wee on the floor. And if you use the shower, do try and rinse it round after yourself. Nobody likes stepping in the dirty showers.
Yeah, if you need a double flush, do a double flush, wait till it's filled up. It's just nicer for the... No one wants to find a big bog rocking turd the size of a submarine.
And we've all found one.
Same with showers, just give it a rinse out, use your foot to wipe all your mud. I mean, I don't know what sort of state some people go into the shower, but I've been some and there's like big piles of mud everywhere. So what the hell have you been doing?
I think people walk in their boots into the shower cubicle sometimes, but yeah, try and leave it how you would like to find it.
Right, so next up is footballs. Stop kicking them in my tent or you're going to get a kicking. It winds me off. If someone's kicking a ball constantly in the tent and the kids are like, sorry, sorry, sorry.
Oh, they don't even say sorry.
And the parents are just sat there drinking Stella going, oh, the kids are busy, kicking that ball at that bloke's tent. It's like, no, it winds me up. Bubbles as well. Not many people realise this, but if a bubble hits your tent, it's going to remove the durable water repellent, which is the thing that makes it bead off. So if you had bubble mixture on your tent, it's going to affect its ability to shed the water. So kids blowing bubbles everywhere. I don't want to sound like a killjoy, but I don't want bubble fluid all over my tent because it does, it's going to knacker it.
Yeah, you can use your balls and you can use your bubbles, but just do it in a space away from everybody's tents.
Just keep your balls away from me.
The other thing, if you have a dog, make sure it's been for a wee somewhere else, because a dog came and weed at the back of one of our tents, which we weren't very happy about.
I'm not usually into animal cruelty, but
ooh, weeing up the back of our tent.
So if you're a parent, just be a responsible...
For your children and your animals.
Just be polite and just a decent human being. Don't let your kids kick footballs at well, caravans probably okay, but not my tent. Just keep an eye on your kids if you do it. Just don't ignore them, because kids get up to mischief, and there could be someone in the tent getting really irate, and to the point of snapping, and that's when fights start. And as I explained to the police that time, but it's not on. Just be responsible. It's just general courtesy.
Courtesy.
Courtesy. That's the one. Yeah, and that.
So next up, remember that your tent is not soundproof. If you're going to have an argument or you're going to get jiggy, everybody else can hear you.
Yeah, no one wants to hear why Chantal was giving your man the eye at 2 a.m. Just shut up, you're in a tent, thin walls, it's not soundproof. The amount of times we've heard couples arguing, it's like, just,
Yeah.
if you need to argue, go off, you know, away from people. The whole campsite don't want to hear about it, you know.
Have an argument by text.
There's an idea.
Or WhatsApp.
Yeah. So next up is drones. You might think you're cool because you've got the latest DJI model, but in reality you're a bit of a dick if you're hovering it over the top of people's tents. We've been on campsites and it's bloody annoying. It's an invasion of your privacy. Kids running around in like swimming things and there's whatever else to wear, trunks, young kids, drones flying around. Tell you what, if I had an air rifle, I don't care how expensive it is, I'd shoot the bugger out the sky. I mean, yes, in the middle of nowhere, getting some awesome footage of scenery, if you're not annoying people, but no one wants to be on a family holiday with
yeah, horrible noise
all the time with a camera facing at you. If it comes low enough and you put your drone near us, it's going to get a rock lobbed at it.
Yeah, we've actually had that happen. We didn't throw a rock at it, it was a bit high, but we have actually had drones going over the top of our campsite. It's just very invasive and very annoying. So
I couldn't give two hoots what you paid for it. You can come and discuss it with me if you're hovering it over my tent, shooting video with my kids. No, it's not happening.
So another no-no is also fireworks. Believe it or not, we've actually been on a campsite where somebody decided to set fireworks off, completely forgetting that what goes up must come back down.
Chinese lanterns is another thing.
Yeah.
These things are hot and possibly still on fire when they come down. If they land on a tent and the family's asleep in there, fire, death, it's just horrible. It's just not worth it. You're not impressing anyone. You could. If you're asleep, yeah, and it lands on your fuel, you know, sets fire to your tent, people do die in tent. It's not funny, people dying, you know.
I can see the news headline now. Family dies in tent due to Chinese lantern.
Yeah, well, could happen. It's just, at the very least, it's going to damage someone's tent. I mean,
Yeah, it damages property.
they're not good for livestock either. I mean, drones scare wildlife. Just, you know, don't be a wally.
It's like everything. If you have something, just be responsible with it and use it appropriately.
Shoot them fireworks at the drones.
Yes. And finally, our last tip is be responsible with your fires. Nobody wants their tent covered in ash or having sparks all over it, and no campsite owner wants to see big scorch marks in the ground.
Yeah, but just be careful when it's windy. I mean, if you've got a strong wind blowing in the direction of other people's tents, it's probably not a good idea to light a fire because sparks travel and they burn through tents, and it's just, no one wants a nice expensive tent ruining by full of like little holes, spark holes, or covered in ash, for example. Certainly something we'd never do.
No.
Why are you laughing for?
We're laughing because we were right next to his brother with the tent, and we lit our fire and the wind was going towards him and his whole tent got covered in ash. And he never lets us forget it.
No burn holes, but it kind of makes you aware of
He had a brown tent, didn't he? It was covered in like white ash.
Well, it was grey the next day, but it was a canvas one. They're a bit more durable.
Yeah.
Nothing burnt through it. It's just, you know, ash. But just be careful because it's not. Sometimes until you've been through an experience and peed someone else off, you probably don't really think of it. So yeah, that's just a few of our camping etiquette things, tips, whatever you want to call them, kind of unspoken rules.
So if you've got any tips or any camping etiquette that you think people should know about, just write it down in the comments because we'd love to read them as well.
Yeah, it's always interesting, so just pop it down there, and just anyone new to camping can read through the comments and yeah, pick up some tips. It's never nice when you've paid for a holiday and then someone rocks up next to you and makes an utter arse of themselves for the week. It just winds everyone up, and it's not nice. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching this 5 Minute Friday, which
it's probably 25 minutes again.
Yeah. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.
See you soon.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.